Welcome. Today's class is all about the back body. I think often we think so much about like opening up the hamstrings and strengthening the core, and we forget strengthening the back body. And I've actually, like, a weak back body can cause an awful lot of problems. It normally goes in hand in hand with a weak core, and it causes back problems, sciatic problems, and all that kind of stuff. And because we sit down so much and we slouch so much, that's when the back body becomes kind of weak and elongated. Those glutes and hamstrings become tight, glutes becomes long and flat and weak, and leading to an array of problems. So today is all about the back body. So I want you to come to a seat, sit up nice and tall, elevate yourself if you need to, i.e. if you can't sit with a nice tall spine, that's an indicator that you need to sit on something. And take a moment to just tune your breath, start breathing through your nose, all the way into your lower belly, so you feel that physical expansion moving through your body with your inhale. And blink your eyes open. And take your hands to your knees. And start circling your torso. Just warming the body up, getting ready for work, tuning in, seeing how does your body feel today? We're making all these little observations, and the more we practice, the more we spend time being present in our bodies, the more of these observations we can do. So if it's 2 weeks since the last time you were on the mat, you're going to be doing, you're going to be saying, I can't remember what it felt like the last time. If you did this yesterday, you'd be like, oh, I feel a little bit different today, or I feel better today, or I feel worse today, or I'm noticing I've got a little pinch going on in my lower back today. What's that all about? So we're just noticing the little details of what's going on. Change direction. And come to center. Reach your arms up. And cactus arms. Move your shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, hug a bear. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, hug a bear. And cactus. And come on to all four. And lift your palms to that first row of knuckles. And lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. And start moving in to your cat-cow. Going with your own breath, nice and slow. Again, you're making little observations. Come to center. And then I want you to put your right elbow down to the ground and kind of set it down in the middle. Put your forearm down. And what you're going to be doing, I want you to stabilize your hips here because we're only moving the upper back. So we're going to take our left hand to the back of your head and you're going to be opening up and closing. But notice the tendency when we start opening up like that is to start leaning our hips over, and this front hip goes forward, that back hip goes back so we can go deeper. I want you to resist that. So we're going to stabilize the hip, put a little bit of engagement in your thighs and in your glutes so you don't do any movement in your hips. This is only the upper part of your spine. And then take that left hand to the back of your head and inhale, open. It means the movement is going to be a little smaller. and close. And open and close. Open and close. 2 more. And make your way over to the other side. So it's important as we strengthen that we do it in movement. So you can feel you're using those back muscles, but you're not using them necessarily as you would normally do. And it's a very active movement. So you're stretching at the same time as you're strengthening. So we get really usable strength. And that's what we want. Right hand to the back of your head. So you're still stabilizing those hips. Open and close. Open and close. 3 more. And come to center. And then I want you to come down onto your forearms. You're still on your knees. And lift your right leg up or back. Or take it, lift it up and back. So the leg goes straight back. And then I want you to take your right knee all the way up to your right arm and back. And forward and back. Forward and back. 2 more. And set it back down. Other side. Lift that left leg up. Knee to arm. And back. Forward. And back. 3 more. And set it down. Then I want you to lift your left arm up and lift the right leg. And you're going to do exactly the same with that right leg. Take it forward and back. Forward and back. 3 more. Back to center. Lift your right arm up, left leg back, and take the left leg forward and back, forward and back. 3 more. Keep lifting. And come to center. Take a moment to focus your breath again. We're going to step it up just a tad more. I want you to lift your left arm, lift your right leg, and then you're going to set the leg down, lift the left leg, and set it down, and right, set it down, and left, and right, and left, and right, and left. Come back to center, other side. Lift that right arm up, lift the left leg up, and set it down. Right, and down, left, and down, right, and down, left, and right, and left, and right. 1 more. Left and right. And come down. Take a child's pose. Breathing into your back. Still breathing through the nose. And come back up onto all four. Take a couple of little cat-cows. And come into a downward facing dog. And walk it out. And then come forward into a plank pose. And I want you to lift up in between your shoulder blades, rounding that upper back. And then sink down in between the shoulder blades. And lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. And you got another 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down towards the ground. Turn your feet over. Upward facing dog. And you're going to lift up in your shoulders and sink down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. And sink down and up again in this down dog. Sink into your shoulders for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee. And then I want you to move that, I want you to put a bend in the left knee and then move that right knee forward. So it's side by side with the left. Moving forward towards, not all the way into a plank pose, but just move your shoulders forward a little. And then come back into that three-legged dog. And again, come forward. And back. Forward. And back. 2 more. Forward and back, forward and back. Set the leg down. Lift the left leg up. And again, you're going to bend the knee. Come forward and back, forward and back. And another 3, 2, and 1. And set it down. Inhale. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot forward. Lower your back knee. And come into a low lunge. And try and engage that left butt cheek as you sink into the lunge a little further. So strong butt. And come back up. And for this next thing, you might want to fold your mat over, or if you have a blanket handy. Place a blanket underneath your knee. And I want you to grab your back foot. And then press your foot into your hand. You're going to feel that glute and hamstring engage. And then release and move the heel towards the butt. And then again, press the foot into your hand. And release. Step back to plank pose. Move through a vinyasa. And inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, come into your lunge. And again, you're going to engage that right butt cheek. Sink into the lunge. Come back up. Grab your back heel. And you're going to press the foot into your hand, opening up. And then move the heel towards the butt. And open up. And release. Step back to a plank pose. And then come all the way down onto your belly. Interlace your hands behind you. Reach your hands down towards your heels. Lift your chest off the ground. Lift your legs, come into a locust. Your whole back body is working here. Squeeze your butt. And relax. And you're going to take one more. Interlace your hands behind you. And lift. And release. Bring your attention back to your breath. You'll notice your heart rate went up. You're going to bring it back down. And lift up. Come into a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward, come into a lunge. Back knees off the mat this time. Put a bend in that back knee and lower almost down to the ground and back up. We're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into a warrior 3. And try and open up the chest here. So again, your whole back body is working and activating to open you up. And then reach your arms back, bend your back knee, and start opening up even more. You're going to come into an active dancer pose. Keep lifting that leg. Lift it a little bit higher. That left glute is working overtime. You might be shaking a little bit. And step back. Come into a plank pose. Vinyasa. Inhale. Lift your left leg up. Step forward. Come into your lunge. And again, put a bend in that back knee and lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Warrior 3. You can try and open up your chest. And then start opening up into that active dancer pose. Keep lifting that back leg. You should be shaking. And release. Step back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Look forward. Step to the front of your mat. And bend your knees. Come all the way down onto your back. Keep your knees bent. And then press into your feet. And I want you to lift up into a bridge pose. Use your butt. And slowly lower back down. And again, I want you to lift up into your bridge. And then lift your right leg up. Lower that leg. Lift your other leg. Keep lifting up into that bridge. And lower down. I want you to lift the leg that was the hardest. And lower back down. And come all the way down. Then cross your right ankle over your left thigh, figure 4, or reclined pigeon. And then I want you to not grab that thigh. I want you to lift that left leg and actively move this left leg towards you. Until you feel that nice little stretch in the outside of your right hip. So you feel there's a little bit more of core engagement. Your whole body is working a little harder because you're not just passively grabbing this leg and pulling it towards you. You have to work. And release. Other side. Cross that left ankle over the thigh. And lift your right leg. Pull it up, not pull it towards you. Actively move it towards you. And release. Hug your knees to your chest. Grab the outside of your feet. Come into a happy baby. release your feet. And then let both your legs come over to one side, arms out to the side. Recline twist. And come back to center. Other side. And come back to center and find your Shavasana. Close your eyes and relax your body and your breath. And let your mind travel. And stay here as long as you need. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.